Disrespect. It's something we all face at some point in life. Whether it's from a stranger, a colleague, or even someone close to us, the sting of being undermined, ignored, or insulted can be difficult to handle. But what if I told you that the greatest minds in history, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, faced the same challenges and had a foolproof way of dealing with them? Disrespect is inevitable, but suffering because of it is optional. The world is full of people who will try to bring you down, test your patience, or push your limits. Some do it intentionally, while others are simply lost in their own ignorance or pain. The question is, how do we, as modern Stoics, respond? Do we engage in pointless battles? Do we let their words and actions poison our peace of mind? Or do we rise above it and remain unshaken, like an immovable mountain amid a storm? The Stoics teach us that true power lies in how we respond to disrespect, not in trying to eliminate it. We cannot control the words or actions of others, but we can control our own reactions. And that is where our strength lies. Today, we will explore 5 powerful Stoic strategies that will help you navigate disrespect with grace, wisdom, and unwavering self-control. By the end of this video, you will have the tools to handle any insult, criticism, or belittlement with the composure of a true Stoic. Watch until the end to discover the ultimate way to rise above petty insults and keep your power. And if you're serious about mastering Stoicism, subscribe to Be Stoic and join our growing community of modern-day philosophers. Now, let's begin. Strategy 1. Control your response. Master yourself, not them. Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And this couldn't be truer when it comes to disrespect. The moment someone disrespects you, you face a choice. Do you react emotionally and give them power over you, or do you remain composed and retain your control? A Stoic never allows another person's behavior to dictate their emotions. Instead, they view insults like barking dogs, just noise, nothing more. Let's break this down. Imagine you're walking down the street and a stranger yells an insult at you. If you react with anger, yelling back, or even feeling hurt, you've allowed a random person to control your emotions. But if you simply acknowledge it as meaningless noise and continue walking, you've retained your inner peace. You remain in control while they are left frustrated, having failed to disrupt your balance. The Stoics understood that emotional reactions are a form of surrender. If someone can make you angry, they have mastered you. But if you master your emotions, no one can dictate your state of mind. This does not mean suppressing emotions, but rather training yourself to pause, reflect, and choose your response deliberately. It means recognizing that the insult itself carries no inherent power. It is our interpretation that gives it strength. This approach is not about being passive, it's about being strategic. A strong, composed mind disarms an aggressor more effectively than retaliation ever could. When someone disrespects you, take a breath, assess the situation, and remind yourself, is their opinion of me worth my peace? More often than not, the answer is no. We also need to recognize that not every insult requires a response. Seneca said, "A wise man is unshaken by the opinions of fools." If someone's words stem from ignorance, their insult is not a reflection of your worth, but of their own small-mindedness. Why engage in a battle where victory brings no real gain? To master this strategy, practice mindfulness. The next time someone disrespects you, visualize yourself as a rock in the ocean. The waves crash against you, but you remain firm. Their words may reach your ears, but they do not penetrate your mind. With enough practice, you'll realize that the only power an insult has is the power you choose to give it. Strategy 2. See disrespect as a reflection of them, not you. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. But I will not be disturbed by them, for they act this way because they do not know good from evil." A Stoic understands that disrespect is rarely about them. It's a reflection of the other person's struggles, ignorance, or insecurities. By shifting your perspective, you remove the personal sting of an insult and rise above it. Instead of asking, "Why did they disrespect me?" ask, "What does this say about them?" and move forward with clarity. Disrespect often comes from people who are insecure, jealous, or in pain. When someone lashes out at you, it often has nothing to do with you. Perhaps they are envious of your success, frustrated with their own failures, or simply caught in a cycle of negativity. When you view their actions through this lens, you detach emotionally. You stop taking insults personally and start seeing them as external events, mere occurrences in the world that you are not obligated to react to. Think of it like this: if a sick man coughs near you, do you get angry at him for being ill? No, you understand that his sickness is beyond his control. The same applies to disrespectful people. They are afflicted by their own ignorance and lack of wisdom, and their words are merely symptoms of their condition. Why let their illness infect your peace of mind? This doesn't mean tolerating abuse. If someone's disrespect is persistent and toxic, you may need to set boundaries, but even then, you approach it with a Stoic mindset, calm, rational, and detached. Their words mean nothing unless you give them meaning. Acknowledge the insult, understand its source, and move on. Moreover, when we internalize this perspective, we gain a deeper sense of compassion rather than anger. Seeing someone act disrespectfully is not a sign of their strength, but of their weakness. A truly strong person has no need to belittle others. The next time you encounter disrespect, remind yourself that the person in front of you may be dealing with pain you cannot see. Their words or actions do not define you, and your peace of mind is yours to protect. A true Stoic does not let the actions of others dictate their internal state. An additional Stoic practice that helps in these situations is negative visualization. Prepare yourself for possible disrespect before it happens. Visualize the scenario and imagine yourself reacting with composure. By doing this mental training, you lessen the impact when it occurs in real life. You are ready, unaffected, and in control. Strategy 3. Use disrespect as a training ground for inner strength. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Every insult, every moment of disrespect is a hidden opportunity, an exercise in patience, self-discipline, and resilience. Imagine you're a warrior training in a battlefield. The enemy's arrows, disrespect, fly toward you, but instead of being wounded, you use them to sharpen your shield. The next time you face disrespect, see it as a Stoic challenge. Can you stay unmoved? Can you maintain your dignity? If so, you win, not them. Every challenge you overcome without losing your temper strengthens your mental armor. Disrespect and insults are training tools, sharpening your ability to remain composed under pressure. Each time you successfully resist reacting, you build the kind of resilience that makes you truly unshakable. The greatest Stoics didn't merely endure hardship, they embraced it as an opportunity to fortify their character. The next time someone disrespects you, ask yourself, how can this moment make me stronger? Many people mistakenly view challenges as obstacles when, in reality, they are stepping stones toward wisdom and self-control. A person who has never faced adversity is weak and fragile. A person who has endured insults and disrespect with a calm mind is powerful. This principle applies beyond just insults. It extends to all areas of life. You must embrace hardship if you wish to build true resilience. The ancient Spartans had a phrase, "The more you sweat in training, the less you bleed in battle." Think of every insult or moment of disrespect as part of your training. The more you practice indifference toward negativity, the less you will be affected when it truly matters. Imagine someone training with a heavy sword. At first it is difficult, but over time their strength increases. So too with your mind. Every test makes you stronger until no words or actions can shake you. A great exercise is journaling about moments of disrespect. Write down what happened, how you felt, and how you could have responded better. Over time, you will see a pattern of growth. The ultimate Stoic warrior does not wish for an easy life, but prepares for a life in which nothing can truly disturb their peace. Strategy 4. Respond with silence or wisdom, never emotion. One of the greatest weapons against disrespect is not anger, it's silence, or better yet, wisdom. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius led one of the largest empires in history, yet he never lowered himself to petty arguments. He believed that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. When someone disrespects you, you have a choice. You can let their words disturb your inner peace, or you can respond in a way that showcases your mastery over your own emotions. Many people make the mistake of thinking that responding to disrespect means retaliating. But the true Stoic understands that a response does not have to be immediate, emotional, or even verbal. Sometimes silence is the loudest statement you can make. Think about it. What does an aggressive person expect when they try to provoke you? A reaction. They feed off your emotions, waiting for anger, frustration, or retaliation. By choosing silence, you rob them of their desired outcome. They remain powerless, unable to shake your composure. Silence isn't weakness, it's the ultimate show of self-control. On the other hand, when silence is not the right choice, responding with wisdom is the next best alternative. Instead of reacting emotionally, take a deep breath and compose yourself. When you do speak, do so with clarity and logic, not anger. A calm and measured response exposes the immaturity of the disrespectful person and elevates your own stature. Consider Epictetus's words. If someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself against their accusations, but instead reply, "You obviously don't know me well, otherwise you would have said something worse." There's immense power in demonstrating that you are above their negativity. When you respond with insight instead of impulse, you maintain your dignity and disarm them completely. The next time someone disrespects you, remember, you hold the power, not them. This approach requires practice. When you feel disrespected, try pausing before reacting. Count to 5. Breathe deeply. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? By delaying your response, you allow logic to take the driver's seat instead of emotion. If you must respond, use wisdom, not wrath. A composed reply can cut deeper than any insult ever could. Furthermore, developing an attitude of philosophical detachment is key. The opinions of others do not define you, nor do they have any real impact on your life unless you allow them to. The next time someone disrespects you, see it as a test, a moment to refine your discipline. If you can remain calm, you have already won. Strategy 5. Forgive and move on. The Stoic way to true power. The final and most powerful strategy is forgiveness. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Marcus Aurelius advised, the best way to avenge yourself is not to become like them. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. Many assume it is an act of submission, a sign of weakness. But in reality, forgiveness is an act of supreme strength. It means you refuse to let another person's negativity linger within you. When you carry resentment, you allow them to live in your mind, rent-free. You let them dictate your emotions, even when they are no longer present. A true Stoic understands that to hold on to anger is to imprison oneself in an endless loop of suffering. Forgiveness is not about forgetting, it's about learning. It is about using past experiences as fuel for growth rather than as shackles of bitterness. A Stoic does not hold grudges, they extract lessons and move forward. When someone disrespects you, remind yourself that their actions reflect their character, not yours. Instead of resentment, cultivate indifference. A Stoic does not waste energy on what they cannot control. If someone disrespects you, let it pass through you like the wind. Do not internalize their words. Do not grant them space in your mind. Let them fade into irrelevance. A practical way to practice forgiveness is through reflective journaling. Write down your emotions and examine them. Ask yourself, Why does this person's words affect me? What part of my ego is hurt? Is this really important in the grand scheme of life? More often than not, you'll realize that the insult or offense holds no true weight. You'll begin to see the pettiness of the situation and find it easier to let go. As Seneca said, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." Do not let your mind dwell on insults or slights. Let them go. By forgiving and moving on, you reclaim your energy, your peace, and your power. A great exercise is to visualize yourself free of resentment. Imagine how light you would feel if you let go of past grievances. That sense of peace is something you can cultivate today. Choose to move forward. Choose to be free. We have explored 5 profound Stoic strategies for handling disrespect, but knowledge alone is not enough. Stoicism is a practice, a way of life, and its wisdom only benefits those who apply it daily. Disrespect will never disappear from the world, but our ability to navigate it with composure, clarity, and strength is entirely within our control. By now, you understand that the way we react defines us more than the words or actions of others. The world is filled with negativity, but that does not mean you have to absorb it. You have the power to choose your response, to remain unmoved by insults, and to cultivate an unshakable mind. Imagine a world where every time someone tries to provoke you, instead of reacting, you remain composed, unbothered, and in full control. No insult can shake your peace, no criticism can undermine your confidence, and no negativity can penetrate your fortress of inner strength. This is not just an ideal, it is a reality that you can build through consistent Stoic practice. Each strategy we discussed today is a stepping stone towards that reality. Controlling your response ensures that you are the master of your emotions, not a slave to them. Understanding that disrespect reflects the other person, not you, frees you from taking things personally. Using adversity as training, instead of resisting it, transforms hardships into opportunities for growth. Responding with silence or wisdom, rather than emotion, grants you the upper hand in any conflict. And finally, forgiveness liberates you from the chains of resentment, allowing you to move forward with true power. But knowing these principles is just the beginning. The challenge is in applying them when it truly matters. So the next time someone disrespects you, pause. Take a deep breath. Remember the teachings of the Stoics. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Is this worth my energy? Or can I rise above it, indifferent and unshaken? You are not defined by what happens to you, but by how you respond. If you can integrate these Stoic strategies into your life, you will become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You will embody the wisdom of the great Stoics and carry yourself with the same unwavering strength that has guided countless philosophers, warriors, and leaders throughout history. And if you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe to BE Stoic and become part of our growing community of thinkers and seekers of wisdom. Leave a comment below, sharing which Stoic strategy resonated with you the most, and how you plan to apply it in your life. Together, let us continue this journey of self-mastery. Stay strong, stay wise, stay Stoic.